And welcome to episode 163 of Heresy Accountabilibuddies Podcast. My name Jack, followed by my hosts of
Ryan,
Duncan,
Jamie,
and John,
and Dave. And apparently somebody came in behind Duncan as he's getting ready to say his name because he was looking like he was freaking the crap out. Like was somebody
I heard a noise behind me, which shouldn't make sense. I mean, there's nothing and no one down here other than me right now. So whatever the noise was, I don't know what it was.
Was it the noise of 40K past?
It might have been the ghost of 40K past. I don't know.
Oh my God! See here, the old was it Jaws of the World Wolf is coming to get you.
God, I hope not.
And invisible biker squads.
Now that might be the ghost of what's coming to get me.
But before that biker squad carries you away to I don't know, black sun rising on the dark pale moon. I don't remember that old fantasy spell. But we'll do a quick station identification.
Do you love resin bases? Then go to our sponsor Elric Hobbies for all of your basing and basing accessory needs. Use code HERESYABB at checkout for a discount. Legendary Monument Hobbies. Monument Hobbies is a one-stop shop for all of your painting needs. Use code HERESYABB at checkout for a 5% discount on your purchase. Pop Goes the Monkey. Find maker of third-party accessory bits of arms, legs, backpacks, and more, where you can get 10% off your first order over $125 with code HERESYABB at checkout.
We'll do a quick station identification. And thank you to our patrons. Without you, none of this would be possible. Duncan's hair would be full and luxurious without you. No way, that's a different thing. So let's go ahead and get the thing started. Who wants to kick us off on the hobby progress? Oh wait, I'll go first, and I'm kicking it to somebody else.
All right. So yeah, I finished up all the drivers and gunners for all the HISS tanks. I got them all installed. I got the canopies washed for the ones that didn't have drivers. I got the HISS tanks resealed. I got my Crimson Guard Command Squad decaled and then resealed. And then today I worked through and got some of the metal dry brushing done on some of the parts that I'd never done on any of the 60 HISS tanks. That took a little while today. And I worked a little bit on building the first of 4, possibly 5 Thanatars. So yeah, that's all I've been doing. Well, all I've got to do now is base that command squad to match the rest of the army, and then I'm going to go pick up some watercolor pencils to do some edge highlighting on the HISS tanks, and then everything will be ready for Adepticon, other than the terrain stuff I still want to do a little work on. What about Duncan?
This week, I didn't do a lot, honestly. I painted the base red on the Siren Dreadnought. I assembled 2 characters. Figured out that Cromlech bits are way too big for 30K. So threw that idea into the garbage. And that's about it. I really honestly didn't do a lot because I didn't have a lot to work on at the moment. I'm just mostly packing everything, making certain I have everything I need for Adepticon, and getting ready for Adepticon here in a week and a bit.
Somebody watched out for you.
Jamie, what have you done?
So I've been working on the Secret Scroll project. Finished that. I know Brian's happy about that. Finished my army. It's done. Painted, based, sealed, deckled, whatever. It's all done. It's put up in the cases. And then I went back to the my Titan that I built, over the summer, and have been putting decals on it and getting ready to weather that. So it's done. I'm just doing more stuff on it, basically, just because I want to. I want to make it pretty. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I don't really want to take on any more tasks with this little amount of time before the event. So
Makes sense.
Bri.
Yeah.
How about you?
I did not do very much. I've mostly been in preparations for getting my other eyeball replaced, which means like 1 million eye drops a day, which takes up a lot of time, surprisingly, when you have to space them out every 4 hours and then every 5 minutes between every eye drop, and there's 3 eye drops. That's a whole thing. I did get the plaque labels ordered for the certain super secret special project that people will see at Adepticon that Jamie's also been working on. I got the armored plate shields on the Sakaran guns snapped on with the wife's assistance, because those are some finicky things when you put them on after the fact. I don't know why, but there's an extremely tight tolerance on that kit for the regular Sakaran. But we got that done. I upgraded some Pokemon decks that I have for playing with the kids, and then promptly got my face kicked in by my wife because I drew like a dead hand 4 turns in a row and couldn't do anything all game. And that was about the extent of my hobby progress. No Battletech today or this week.
Okay.
Who else do we got?
That's
Jack
all of
VM?
us. Yeah, we could go Jack again. Jack, how much extra hobby stuff did you do beyond what you talked about the first time?
Since we last spoke, I managed to put together tonight's thumbnail, which I'm counting as hobby progress, because it's for the podcast. And then I said, John, how about them news? There's a lot of news in that news.
Oddly enough, this week, not a ton.
Dagnabbit.
So the new releases, the Corsairs went up for pre-order. Then we had the re-releases of Horus Rising Premium Edition already sold out. Look at that, all your surprised faces. I can see it clearly. Got preview for next week. We're actually getting stuff.
Stuff is
Next week going up for pre-order is going to be the Custodes.
Oh, okay.
So they're starting out with the Legius Custodes battle group. You get 1 shield captain with a head, helmeted or unhelmeted, 6 custodian guards with 12 helmets and 12 unhelmeted, 6 sentinel guards with 12 helmets and 12 unhelmeted, a Contemptor Achilles Dread that could also be built as a Contemptor Galatus Dread, and then a Calidus Annihilator grab tank.
So this could be summed up with you're getting 6 custodian guards, 6 sentinel guards, and you're going to have a combination of 12 helmeted and or unhelmeted heads that you can use, not 24 heads. Or are you getting 24 heads?
I bet
It says 24 heads per 6 persons.
That's a lot of head.
Because
I wonder if that's 12 I wonder if that's like male-female split or something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do they have for torso change?
I'm wondering if it's 12 heads male, 12 heads female total for the 12 models you get. Like,
Because the bodies are different between the two.
are the heads?
That's what I can't tell.
Hold on a second. Let me look.
Because it looks like you're just going to get like
I would
I think that
6 and 6, and then 6 and 6.
Yeah, that's that.
think-
Actually, the poses look the same. Come to think of it, now that I'm looking really hard at it, I think what we're going to get is the difference between the two different unit options is going to be a different sprue.
Yeah, like the weapons on a different sprue for both of them. It's probably
Yeah.
boxes.
That
and
makes sense.
and the same thing with the dread, maybe.
Well, there's no like difference other than the weapons themselves. Like even the shoulder pads are exactly the same for them. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be kind of weird.
I think they
I
said
doubt they're going to give us. I doubt they're going to give us 36 extra heads in this box.
Yeah, especially because what we saw with the Myrmidons. So the Myrmidons officially released this weekend. Since I just built some, I didn't rush out to go buy them. And it looks like we got our worst fears confirmed that it is just three Darkfire cannons and 3 IRAD cleansers. You don't get 6 weapons
Yeah,
total.
they're not giving more options. They're kind of removing some. So,
Yep.
Yeah,
well,
that
so,
makes sense.
then those things used to be like $100 a piece or something like that, and now you're getting
Yeah, it was 100 for 3. Now it's 70 for 6, but you still only get 2 different gun options.
I guarantee you that'll be solved very quickly, but
Oh yeah.
beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
Are you getting the sprues for both dreads?
Believe so.
It claims that they're in the same box.
Okay.
Yeah, like you'll get the weapons, the different weapons for the 2. And I thought I also it said somewhere in there that they were also putting a transfer sheet in for them too.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't mind
I didn't list that.
picking up that dread just for the sword, just for other dreads.
Can't really disagree.
Yeah, it also wouldn't be bad to swap out the resin ones if you've got the resin ones, because the plastic ones won't be bent all to hell.
Mine's
Does make
straight as
sense.
an arrow.
But we'll see what happens when it comes out.
We still
Yeah.
talking about polearm?
The Dreadnought comes with a transfer sheet with a 165 transfers.
Wait, John, scroll down to something I really, really care about. Keep scrolling, John. Keep scrolling. A little bit more right there. Ooh. And
Keep on going.
nope,
Well,
stop.
the other thing going up for pre-order is also the Liber Custodes, which comes with rules for the Custodes, Anathema Psychana, so the Sisters of Silence,
Hey there,
and Divisio
sexy.
Assassinorum.
How are you doing there, book? Where you been at my whole entire 3rd edition
So
life?
the
Looking
complaints
all
that some
sexy
people are
on there with that big
having.
old dread. Look at that shield right there. Oh my god, the way he grips the handle on that sword. Oh, this is fucking. Oh my god. Hey, what are we
Some
talking about?
complaints about the book is the fact that the assassins are now no longer a free PDF. They're going to be forced into this book, so I can get the complaints there, but at the same time, meh.
They can assassin me if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Jack.
It is a full-size book, which is nice. It's not going to be super thin like
I
the
like
Knight's
'em
book
thick.
and some of the other books were. The other thick thing coming out is the Glaive Super Heavy.
Notice they changed the name. It's not
Glaive.
It's not a
Yeah.
anymore.
It's not
Yeah,
a
it's
what?
just-
It's not a Felgave.
Yeah, it was Fell Glaive. Now it's just Glaive. They took the Fell off.
No, it's a Glaive Super Heavy Special Weapons tank.
Oh.
That's the actual name of it.
That's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
it that
wonder
way
if
in the
that's
book?
having.
As we all rush to our digital copies of the
I'll let y'all check. I got other stuff open on the books. The other
Yeah,
thing we're
I
coming up for
very
pre-order
cool.
is going to be the Journal Tactica Mailed Fist.
Oh, what's it? But that's thin. Nobody likes the thin ones. Everybody likes the thick ones. Can we go back up to the thick
Included
one
in
real
the
fast?
48-page softback book includes rules for loads of background lore, new unit profiles, and
Nutty.
epic Leviathan missions.
So the Glaive is called the same thing in the rule book.
Can we just scroll ahead and scroll back up to that first
The
book?
Glaive Super Heavy Special Weapons tank.
Scroll
Is what it's
right
called. in
there.
the rule
Oh
book.
yeah, look at those shoulder pads. Oh my god. Oh, daddy likes. Oh, daddy.
listeners. We do apologize for Jack's meandering levels of bullshit, but you should definitely see exactly the look on his face. He is grinning more than he's smiling all year.
Look, I can't tell you the last time I've been super excited for something to come out.
Would that be the Warhammer Color Tools set?
No.
Yes, that's what he's excited about.
Oh my god.
Whether you're getting them for yourself or as a gift for a friend, you get the clippers and mold line scraper. But they call them starter clippers and starter mold line scraper.
Because there's more advanced pro version.
Yeah, they're just thicker for the
They just
for the
cost
mold line scraper.
they cost more. I'm sure.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I like how thin these get at the end because usually GW clippers are fairly short and thick.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to see that. Still going with the double blade design though, so we'll still waiting on the fancy pro nippers that we were joking about last time.
Look, it's the beginner dice.
GW Warhammer dice set, guaranteed to be off center on the 6s. Since the 6 is a giant skull, and it's going to be drilled deeper than 6 pips. And the great
Okay, this I have a problem with. But go ahead.
point buck Warhammer color painting handle. Go ahead, Jamie.
It has
Yeah,
a flared
like-
base.
Looks like
Looks like something Fulcrum would use in the off hours.
Yeah, it does, and like it's gone from. I have one I play with all the time while we're filming.
I bet you do, buddy.
Recording, and the old ones are spring loaded, and they
Oh, yeah.
adjust to the base size.
Oh.
This new one doesn't. It's not spring loaded. It looks like it's just kind of fitted plastic with different
Yeah, it looks like a
ridges
one
for the
piece.
different-
Yeah, it's only for its 25 to 40 millimeter bases with friction. So I guess those spring loaded ones probably failed a lot when you get a bunch of paint on them.
Like why? Again, never mind. I'm just not. It looks really shitty, and I'm sure they're going to charge like $30 for them.
Hey, listeners, I'm still endorsing the cork that you can get 100 of for $10 on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, this is
thought you had to drink wine.
This is the
Or if you drink
beginner.
wine, you get free.
This is the beginner version of the painting handle, I guess. Too. It's not supposed to be the super fancy spring loaded one, but I bet you it's still $15 at least.
Oh, it'll be more than that. Easy.
Probably.
And that's everything coming out next week's for pre-orders.
So,
Jack, another big girthy person for you.
So, in all seriousness, so all this stuff is on pre-order. So we're getting Custodes, we're getting the Glaives super heavy special or special super heavy, whatever the name is.
Secret Squirrel Tank.
Yeah,
The glaive. We're getting the glaive.
we're getting the Glaive. Yeah, and we're getting the Rusted Right Hand of Saturn, whatever that book is.
The rusted right hand.
Right-handed Saturn.
Oh, sorry, Meld Fist.
Nailed fit.
Same thing.
So I'm going to be recalling it that for the rest of the time. The rusty right hand of Saturn. Okay.
So we're getting the Rusty Right Hand of Saturn, we're getting Custodians, and we're getting a super heavy, all on pre-order next week. So that means pre-order next week. I'm opening a calendar so that I have dates in front of me. So that means they go on pre-order the weekend of the 21st. That means they should be live in a store.
No, it's 2 weeks, dude.
2 weeks now, so
Yeah.
it's be
Every
It'll be
week, 2 weeks.
the week after Adepticon, probably, unless they decide to be nice and bring some for Adepticon.
I doubt that because they
I could
did.
see them doing that.
They might.
Actually.
They usually do something. They do stuff like that every once in a while.
Yeah. So, but
so
they'll hit my
Duncan-
local store the weekend of the 4th, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Duncan, do you notice
Or you
something
could be-
that is missing?
What?
Do you notice that something that is missing from this group of models that have been announced?
Angron?
No, well, yeah, but I was thinking more along a tank.
The Whirlwind?
The Whirlwind's not included in these.
Yep. No, that's a very good find. It is not announced. You are correct. Which sucks, especially since the rules for it are apparently supposed to be in the Mailed Fist book.
They're in the Mailed Fist book.
Rusty
yeah.
Right Hand Saturn.
Rusty.
The Rusty Right Hand book. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Look,
It's
Yeah.
going to be a great night. It's going to be an awesome night
Why does it have to be a right hand? Why can't it be a left hand?
because that's for later.
listen here, Sepia boy.
Oh.
During the week, we got announcements for a new Heresy book for Zardu Layak.
Ew.
I have very mixed feelings on this novel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
All right. First off, it's a word bearer.
Yeah.
Second off, it's a word bearer who holds Erebus in contempt. So he's kind of a +1 -1 to me. So it's I'm gonna have to end up getting this book. I already know this.
Does it come with a special model?
No, that's just the Zardu Layak
The
model,
existing Zardu
Oh, okay.
Layak.
which honestly is,
I don't
It's
remember it
pretty
looking
nice.
that good.
I think it's the paint job. Someone put effort into that one.
It's also the background. They always pictured him with the two blade slaves every time they took a picture of him, so it's nice to see him actually zoomed in for once.
Oh, okay. Oh, true. Yeah.
The blade
Yeah.
slaves are not that good, but
Yep.
he's a good one.
I never realized that these were little sensors of like incense burners around his chest. I thought it was like I've never seen the model, so nice to finally see it.
You don't see too many of them painted by people for whatever reason.
Honestly,
Well,
you don't see him on the tabletop that often either. You see a lot of Argotol,
I was gonna say Argotol.
a lot of Argotol.
Because he's the only good word bearer.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I mean, I see the Demon Dread, Argotol, and what are the not the blade slaves, the big Terminator.
Galvorback?
Galvorback.
Yeah, the Galvorback.
That's about
If you
it.
see Galvorback, you often see them with Argotol, which is understandable. But yeah, I'll end up having to get this book just because A, it's a heresy novel and I have all of them. But B, like I said, he hates Erebus, so I'm okay with it.
As he should. During the week, we also got a Warhammer art through the years, this time focusing on Titans. So it's nice to see that full color spread that was always in the background of the Titanicus book as one solid image. And
Wonder
then
if they've
some nice
got-
Titan shots.
Wonder if they have stuff from the early 90s included in this article.
Nope, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is the shortest art article ever.
And they have like modern Skitarii instead of like 30K Skitarii with them.
Yeah, but this was a art that came out with, I think it was the new mech book when it first came out. The Skitarii first came out, they had the Warhounds in the background. You'll notice there's no other Mechanicum units. This was how they divided the Mechanicum into two different books to rake in more money at the end of 7th edition.
Nice.
We also had a drop of more Black Book lore, this time for Iron Hands.
Short and sweet.
Just like their Primarch.
Yep.
Then from unofficial GW stuff, Merchoid listed the Emperor on his Throne box.
What?
It's a
What?
10 box. It's a box made of tin with the Emperor on it.
That's $50.
So
Why does
it's
it
like a
look
lunchbox.
lunchbox I carried in the 80s.
It's smaller than a lunchbox, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say my lunchbox was bigger than that.
I'm on a diet.
Yeah, as a fat man, like this ain't a lunchbox. This is a
This is like where you keep your Pokemon cards.
nah, not even. I don't even think you could keep. I think you can keep a deck of cards in this, and that's about it. It's pretty small.
Doubt that. Throw some sleeves on there.
Yep.
So for $50, they're going to give us a metal box.
A pre-scratched metal box.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pre-scratched. It's distressed.
Yep.
I'm distressed that it cost me $50 for this.
Yep. And it's not even embossed or anything. It's just printed. At least they used to do printed or embossed boxes that were kind of nice. And then finally,
Dear Games Workshop, hi, it's me, it's Duncan. You know, we've been friends for a long time. You
Have
saw
you?
the displate stuff that was embossed. Maybe have them make your metal tin boxes because those were cool. This box is just overly expensive and not neat. Thanks, James. Love you, buddy. Bye.
What dumb
Finally-
thing do you have on here now, John?
so these have been
Yeah,
at game
Make
stores
the
for
medical alert bracelet cheaper.
remove 1 0 at least, maybe 2 from the medical alert bracelet, please. So this is finally Foam Brain Games has teamed up with Games Workshop. These have probably been in your comic store for about 5 or 6 months. So for $12, you get a random pin
Blind box.
that could be Tyranids or Ultramarines. They just took scans of the models and turned them into enamel pins. Each one of them is individually numbered.
And how many of them are there?
29.
29 times
24 commons and 5 rares. And there's a very limited subset of ultra rare monochromatic pins. They only made 75 of each one of those.
Oh my god.
Nope.
I bought a couple.
I don't need, like, I don't like.
I got the generic Terminator and then this Flappy Tyranid because I had the local comic shop was doing a buy two get one at Christmas, and so I was like, I got a little extra freebies to go. I'll get some of these pens. Okay. And yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't.
Can we go back to the book? I was enjoying life with the book. I was happy then.
We only have one more piece of news, sadly, Jack.
Was it the book?
I already announced it on our Facebook page. If you bought the Games Workshop Heresy calendar when I talked about it, and it sold out immediately, you may have gotten this email from Games Workshop this week saying, "Dear customer, thank you for purchasing the calendar. We made a mistake in May and August." So I walked over to my calendar. I was like, okay, what mistake did they make?
Apparently they don't like the number 21.
Yep, they go 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 24. In May and August.
So you get a full refund.
This actually is the most 40K thing I've ever seen. They forgot that the number 21 exists. I mean,
when I first look at the pictures, I was like, what's wrong? They have the right number of days each month.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be off that way, and then the whole thing would be fucked up. But no, they...
Then it took me a minute, and I started reading through the numbers. I was like, there's no 21, and there's 2 24s. It's like there's no holidays either, but you said that's normal for it.
Yeah, GW doesn't put any holidays on their calendars for some reason.
It's hard to get in trouble for getting one when you don't put any of them on there.
Yeah.
In the far distant future, there is no holiday.
There's only toil in 40K.
But that, gentlemen, is all the news.
Yay! No more news.
Whoa.
Right.
So before we get on
talking about tonight, guys,
before we go on to the main topics, this for my mental clarity. We have been announced the Whirlwind, but we don't have the model yet.
Yep.
We've been announced the Falchion Special Weapons Tank. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be called now.
It is. I looked it up in the rule book.
Okay.
They're all called Special Weapons Tank with like the Fellblade, then the Falchion, and then the Glaive or Galv.
Glaive. It's Glaive. It's not Galv. There's a G, then there's an L, so it's a Glaive.
Are we, out of everything that they've announced so far, past those two tanks, are we missing anything?
Isn't there more Custodes? Thought there was. Then they showed the jetpack ones, and thought there was like jetpack, and then the heavy transport for the Custodes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all we're missing now.
Okay.
Just some extra Custody stuff, which I wouldn't be surprised if that gets announced later in March.
What about our sisters?
They weren't announced.
Yeah, they didn't get any extra models or anything announced.
There would be rules for them. It would be in the book, the new book, but they haven't announced any models yet. And same thing with the Assassin.
Yeah, we're still missing 2 more things. We still don't have Angron, and we still don't have Lotara.
Yeah, we do. We've had them for a while, and Lotara sold out immediately, and Angron's still in stock.
They were over a month ago.
Well, I just can't seem to get one, which is annoying.
I texted you when I went to the Citadel and asked if anyone wants one.
Oh, well, this is a glorious thing that apparently I am stupid and forgot.
So Duncan can wait.
I blame myself for being stupid.
5 hours at the Forge World shop at Adepticon and probably get one.
No, I'll just not be doing that.
I think the Citadel still has Angrons if you want to spend that $275 or whatever he costs.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, that guy I actually might want to get at Adepticon. We'll see. I'll probably wait till like the last day.
I bet you it's
So I
sold
got
out.
plenty of time to do that. Well, that's fine. They can ship them to my house without me having to pay an online premium or
Yeah.
Kentucky sales tax.
So, but anyway, back to the initial question. The only thing we're missing right now is those 2 tanks plus a few things from Custodes that's all been announced, but we haven't seen yet.
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
I don't anticipate anything other tank-wise from that book, because they're doing like rules on how to play basically tank battles in it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Yep.
probably each of the super heavies and then the whirlwind, and I wouldn't expect anything more beyond that.
No.
There's
Except
missions
for,
in
like-
there.
Huh?
Yeah, I think it's mainly going to be a mission book and then the whirlwind. I don't think there's going to be anything new as far as other things go.
Probably not.
Do you think they would have any of the other Marine super heavy tanks?
I don't think
Like the main-
so because they're already out. I mean, unless they're going to make new ones like that melted super melted one.
Yeah, oh yeah, wasn't there like a big flame one too? That was in
Yeah,
AI?
I think so, yeah.
There was a couple that they don't have 40 or 30K models for. There or an LI. But like you're kind of like Adepticon, they're doing the reveal night, what is it, Wednesday night they're doing?
Yep. First
So-
night of it.
This is me. I'm throwing it out on the table. You all can make fun of me if you want.
Okay. Thanks.
Because I'm whacked up on cold medicine. I bet you we kind of get a roadmap going forward for 30K.
I would like to see that. That would definitely make me happy, especially if it has a lot of actual focus on areas where they want to bring stuff to.
Not just saying tanks again.
Yeah, not just saying tanks.
So like I would think I don't know what they would do going forward. I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum before, but like Marine wise, you're kind of at a point where you've got the fast attack type options left that really they haven't touched a whole lot, other than the jet bikes, and then for AdMech, you have Dark AdMech.
I would like to see an announcement about Dark Ed Mech. That would make me happy.
I'm not counting on them doing something that big, but like that would. I mean, those are some of the big things you have left.
I don't know. I think actually doing an announcement about Dark Ed Mechs, just saying Dark Ed Mech coming in 2026, I think that would give a lot lot some serious hype for Heresy.
It
I
would.
know a lot of people have been wishing for Dark Mech for a long time.
Since like before the ninth book.
I mean, we've been looking forward to it since first edition.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be cool. I would, if I was wish listing, what would I like to see them announce? I'd like to see them announce a plastic Mastodon.
Yeah, that would be or a Thunderhawk, one of the two.
Either one would be cool. Something big, centerpiecey plastic that's not just the glaive, the falchion, the fell blade. I love all three of those. Absolutely love them, and they're great centerpiece models. But having something like that would just up it even further, especially when you've already got Primarchs running around.
I mean, not really.
So something like that'd be cool.
That's all, Marine wise. I mean, other than the fast attack stuff, I mean, you've got that, the Thunderhawk Stormbird, and then you'll have the artillery, whatever the big artillery tank was.
I'd also really like to see them announce something in the Solar Ox range, something big, like new Bane Blades.
Well,
that kits,
I mean, they kind of already have
refresh.
it. They have the LI model. I mean, like they would probably just end up scaling it up because that model is beyond highly detailed. Like it's excessively detailed for an LI size model.
I'd also like to see them announce more mech in plastic. That'd be also cool.
Is there a whole lot left? Regular mech?
Yeah, there's the Volter or the Vorax, the little insect-looking guys. There's the squid guys. There's the one that never officially got a model, the flying Domitar. Then there's the Domitar itself. There's
Iron Circle would probably fit in with that because it's basically the same model.
Yeah. I mean, they could use their own tech priest and some other stuff too.
I mean, then there's a decent amount that they could do for AdMech, but then, as I said, at Dark AdMech, if they wanted to go that route, and yeah, Solar Ox, I think you're right. Super Heavy would probably be on the.
John, how old's the current Baneblade kit?
2003, 4.
No, it was 2007 because it was after I moved over to Alabama and I got it. It was like one of the first kits I got.
It came out
So
about the
almost
same
20
time as
years.
Cities of Death.
Yeah, it came the original one. They've repacked it several times.
Oh yeah. I was at UNT when that started. So yeah, 2007.
It's 2007.
Okay, so it's almost a 20-year-old kit, so it's due for a refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Viper went 30 years without it.
Yeah, but if they're pushing Heresy to be a mainline thing, and Solar Ox are coming out, I would expect to at least see them do a Solar Ox Baneblade or a Solar Ox centerpiece model.
Yeah, it'd be good for militia too, since they got that Baneblade thing
Bingo.
in their detachment.
Well, just think, what else is their Forge World that needs to be moved over? I mean,
Firing.
yeah.
I mean, the Doom Egg could use move over. All the Primarchs could use move over if that were to be happening.
Most of the flyers.
Yeah.
Actually doing resizing on the old, I stress the older resin Primarchs, that would be really, I think that'd be well accepted.
Yeah.
Things like original Angron.
Angron
tiny.
definitely needs it. What's his name? Iron Hands guy.
Yeah, Ferris. Yeah, he could use it. He's actually a little bit better off than Angron is, but
Well,
by much.
I think part of the problem with Angron is because he's like running, so he's a little not standing as vertical as some of the other ones. But like, yeah,
Again, you're not wrong. I think I still think that each of the legions needs their own generic Praetor or generic Centurion
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
that you can sit there and work off of. We haven't had those for a while. We've been clamoring for those for years.
I mean, some of them got them, but not all of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a few left that haven't had them, so I'd really like to see some of those come out, get dropped out. That'd be nice.
I'd like Death Guard ones that aren't dog shit.
I'd just like a World Eater generic, not having to base it off of Karn, because the Karn model, I love it. I've used it for like 7 different models now, basing stuff off of it. I've got 2 models that I'm basing off Endrin Har. Give me something that I can use for a generic Praetor other than the generic Praetor for World Eaters. Give me something that has World Eater flavor for a generic dude.
Yeah, I mean, the Trader's a little easier because they've got all the 40K crossover stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, so there is that. I get it, but please, it'd be nice.
I'm just thinking, like, with what they did with the Custodes, like how they did that. I'm still kind of thinking maybe they'll end up doing dark AdMech.
They might. I'd also like to see things like the Legion's special units get put out in plastic.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I mean,
no,
they need it, but I'm just thinking with like along their lines, like how GW's done stuff recently. If they're doing like a long-term thing, saying, "Hey, Dark AdMech's coming" or whatever, and build, because I think they're trying to build as many, let's call it different factions. I mean, we already know the Marines have all their different legions and stuff like that, but I think they're trying to buff out as many different factions as they can, so they give people that extra choice, and also just the models too.
No, I agree. I know that GW as a whole in England is having to phase out a lot of their resin because of European / Great Britain requirements.
That's cancer.
Stuff like that's been talked about.
It's like prop whatever in California, Prop 15 or whatever it is. They basically have that in the EU too, so they're having to get rid of basically all the resin, and that's kind of, you look at what's left. For Marines wise, it's the fast attacks and the flyers really.
Yep.
And I think they'll end up leaving most of the Primarchs as long as they can.
I don't blame them on that. That would actually be something to do, like the javelins, the couch, or recliner one.
And then you have the bikes, the regular bikes, assault bike.
Yep, regular bikes, and actually release an assault bike variant of it. That'd be nice. If they did those, I think everybody would be happy, and that would just get pretty much all the generics out of the way.
The saber tanks,
most of them.
Saber tanks, they don't have those in plastic either.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the sabers. Yeah, if they would put out something for the sabers, that'd be awesome.
I mean, I only have 11 of the normal ones.
Let's not talk how many of the land speeders I have.
I only have 3, but yeah, I know what you're saying. But I mean, yeah, really all they have left as a main group is the fast attack stuff for the Marines. You have the jet bikes, but that's about it.
Now, I will say I do like those plastic jet bikes quite a lot, and I'm glad they dropped them. But if they were to drop, like, the stuff we've already said for the generic Marine list, that'd be great. And then going forward in a year, start looking at other stuff, pulling from resin. But yeah, that'd be my hope for this year for the roadmap. Dark mech, speeders, bikes, Baneblade. I'd be fine with that. I can't really immediately think of anything else I would absolutely flip my lid over.
Maybe the big boy knights.
Yeah, the big boy knights.
Or even the small. They also have the armigers, the Forge World armigers too. They could do, but that's basically.
Are those in plastic yet, John? Do you know?
No, just the basic armigers. They got the basic armigers got a Heresy re-release, which is decal sheet.
Yep.
Okay.
The Forge World ones are just weapons and armor. I mean, they'll use the base armiger, so that wouldn't be a big reach for them to do.
Yeah, just a new armor plate. I mean, the way they've built that sprue, you could easily do it.
Yeah.
Jack, does that give you the answer you were seeking, sir?
More so than ever. I was just making sure I wasn't missing any kits that haven't been put out yet.
Okay.
That they have announced.
I mean, what they have done is, like, they won't have something unless it has a kit. So, like, if they put a new kit out, like they did with the, what do you call them? The AdMech guys.
The Dark Mech?
No, the new AdMech guys. The Ranger guys. The ones they just came out with.
The new Skitarii.
Skitarii.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Those, they'll put them in a new book before they'll just, like, release it by itself.
So if they were to announce a Dark Mech, they'd kind of be required to drop all that stuff in plastic just to be able to release the faction in the way they want, to prevent outside people from throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
Right. No, but I mean, that's what they did with the Custodes. I mean, like, when we got the Custodes announcement, it was like, oh, look, they're going to announce the squad. And they pretty much announced, like, everything you need to play Custodes. And I mean, I'm sure there's other named units that they didn't put out. But I mean, like, they basically have one of everything. Transport, tank.
Yep.
Fast attack. Did they do the small fast attack hover thing?
No, it wasn't in the thing.
So, yeah, there's a couple odd and end units that they didn't announce in plastic, but I mean, like, they got the vast majority of it was all announced. So, like the super heavy flyer and that.
The other faction that we're not even thinking about is demons. But you really, as we all know, you can get away with using 40k demons and Old World demons and Sigmar demons for that. So they're not quite as pressing, I think.
Well, and also, like, the demons PDF didn't have a whole lot in it.
No, but if they did a full up demons, like a true release for them, or combine that with Dark Mech, that would be awesome.
My God, they need to do something with demons, because they don't even exist in like half the game right now, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Shooting phase, they got nothing really.
And basically, you have the big boys, the couple named ones, and that's really it for the right, Brian.
They've got the Corvax, Utter Blight, Cabanda. There's Samus.
Same as yeah.
And that's pretty much about it for the named demons of old. But with having virtually no ability to upgrade their units, make their units do something different, shooting just doesn't. They basically don't have it in the game. There's a couple units you can give them, like very pissant weapons, like bolter equivalent or worse. And psychic powers being the weird spot that they are in, like they can be good, but most of the psyker abilities you really gain more off of the passive benefits having the discipline gives you versus the psychic power themselves. Yeah, it's just not a good place right now for them, and it's kind of sad.
All right.
Make demons great again.
I think
MDGA.
I think about sums up your.
We went way off.
No, it's all good. It's all good. John, what's our topic for tonight?
Yeah, I thought we could kind of talk a little bit about some of the basic prime slots. I've been working on army lists, and I honestly never take more than no looks at what the hell prime slots are and why you would take them other than maybe an occasional army specific one. And I thought maybe we could do a little discussion around the generic prime slot traits and why you would take them or what you would take them on.
Okay.
So as a reminder, the prime slot is the little spiky selection on the detachment. The generic prime slots are Master Sergeant. So when you select a model with this, any sergeant types in that unit gain +1 attack, weapon skill, and leadership. And the champion subtype, if it already has champion, it gets +1 leadership. You can only select this once per detachment. There's combat veterans. All models in this unit gain +1 to their leadership, cool, intelligence, and willpower to a maximum of 10. If anyone joins them, they don't get the bonus. Paragon of Battle. One model in selected unit to fill this prime slot that has the command subtype gains +1 attack, weapon skill, and ballistic skill. That's one I usually see taken a lot. Special assignment. Prime advantage may only be selected for a command slot. A command slot selected for this may be filled by a high command unit instead, but still remains a command slot. Moreover, no additional attachments may be selected for this. And then another one that came up a lot in our mech discussions was logistical benefit. Add one battlefield force org slot to this detachment that includes the prime slot. This slot may be of any battlefield role other than high command, command, warlord, or lord of war. Maybe only be selected once per detachment. So since I'm the one that obviously doesn't use prime detachments or prime slots that much, what ones do y'all usually choose, and why do you choose them?
Okay, well, I guess I'll go first. Realistically, I use a logistical benefit sometimes, but I don't use it that often because I don't really, most of the time, feel like I need to steal something from somewhere else to fit it into my regular detachment. If I really want something, odds are good I can find another way to get it in through a regular detachment. So I don't use logistical benefit as much as I did when I first started making lists. Master Sergeant, I never use. I just don't see an actual benefit to it. Making the Sergeant a character you can pick out in challenges doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Most of the time, my Sergeants are there just to give the leadership bump, and that's all I use them for. Now, combat veterans, I use that one frequently. The soft stats bump is nice. Throwing that on tactical squads, making them more durable. less likely to be stunned or broken is a really good thing. For the Thousand Suns list I'm starting to work on, with their attachment, you get two. With their special detachment, you get two. Get another prime. So I keep throwing those in there and then giving them combat veterans to increase their leadership, to increase their soft sets. So then you add it to their Thousand Suns benefit to increase their willpower again, so that you can sit there and cast more reliably and easier. And the Paragon of Battle. I hate admitting it, but I use the shit out of that on characters. Primarily, like a lot of people out there do, a champion with a Paragon Blade. I'd like to give him a Thunderhammer, but I can't. But there's so much use in having a weapon skill 7, or if you're Night Lord's possibly weapon skill 8. Paragon of Battle champion running around slinging possible instant death wounds out there, or not instant death, but 2 damn wounds is out there. It's really nice. And I use that a lot. In fact, most of the time when I'm building something that's not Thousand Suns list-wise, I'm including that. My Night Lords have it. My Sons of Horus have it. My World Leaders have it. Yeah, I just use that one a lot. It's generic, but it's great.
Brian, what about you?
So I'll talk first about what I find myself doing with my Death Guard, and then I'll touch on the Alpha Legion. So for my Death Guard, generally when I'm list building, I'll not really concentrate on utilizing a prime benefit for a specific reason, other than if I'm taking a Centurion, he's 9 times out of 10 going to have the Barbarian Resilience, just to make him be the biggest, best problem he ever can be for my opponent. Thank God Games Workshop in their infinite wisdom made that limited to only 1 use, so that you couldn't Apex Detachment another one of those guys in, because he's obnoxious. He does what he does very well. Frequently I find that he will take that Paragon of Battle champion and just raffle stomp him.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. You can't really do a lot to tool that champion up.
Pretty much the only generic thing that's going to hurt him and cause more than 1 wound is a Saturnine weapon, like a Saturnine Fist. There's not a lot of melee weapons that do more than 3 damage per swing. At least I think the Saturnine Fists do 4. I could be wrong. But outside of that, I will utilize combat veterans if I don't have another need. I don't find myself taking the Master Sergeant because none of my sergeants ever are geared for combat specifically. The combat veterans buff to all the soft stats is handy, but more often than not, I find that I use the logistical benefit to fill a hole without having to purchase another detachment. Because if you look at it, if you only need like 1 heavy transport slot or 1 armor slot, it's not worth investing another character to unlock a whole detachment that's going to be underutilized because you're only taking the 1 slot, right? Death Guard don't have a lot of demand for their prime slots other than, well, at least the way I play my Death Guard, other than the combat veterans or the Barbarian Resilience. So I will just freely utilize the logistical benefit And it helps that the Reaping Host gives you a prime slot on a tactical squad or a breacher squad. And that's how I will flex in like a Land Raider or a Spartan or something like that, or another support slot. The Alpha Legion. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, so that actually makes sense for the way I've seen Death Guard being done. So yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really list built outside of Alpha Legion and Death Guard too much, but like I can see the frustrations that like Gabe has talked about with Ultramarines with their Legion specific detachment. It kind of pushes you in a direction that you might not necessarily want to go. And Death Guard don't suffer from that. But the Alpha Legion special detachment giving you 2 prime slots that are kind of restricted in what you can use to fill those choices. I'm still coming to terms with that. I feel like the inclination there is they want you to really take rewards of treachery to bring in units from other legions, and I just have not experimented with that. And once again, and it's probably the Death Guard in me bleeding over to working on Alpha Legion lists, but frequently I'll just utilize that combination of combat veterans and logistical benefit to bring in something else like a War Machine detachment for a singular dreadnought. That's a perfect case use of why pay for another detachment when you can just piggyback in off of something else. And that's about it.
There's actually 2 more that we didn't really touch on. And those are the ones for the Marines only, obviously. But the Interdiction Cadre and the True Believers.
Yep.
I don't use either of those. I've not actually seen anybody using either of those. So I don't really have anything to talk about on those, but I figure they do need to be mentioned.
I forget those even existed.
True Believers makes you malefic, right?
Yeah, it also, in doing that, it makes you immune to penalties to your mental stats. But each time you get a stat, you take D3 AP2 wounds. So
It's not worth it.
I think it might be worth it with word bearers situationally, but I don't see it being as useful for most other units, to be honest.
My experience with malefic units, like, yeah, it's cool and all that you can't be status, but playing the demon army, giving that the trial run before we did the episode on them, man, I swear to God, half the casualties I took were because of statuses being induced upon me and failing checks and just wiping guys out left and right because their invulns are not anything amazing.
I could see that. And I don't really see Interdiction Cadre being that good either.
It's not. I built one of my squads to be specific Introduction Cadre because I was already building another despoiler unit, and I was like, might as kind of be cool for this. I don't see it being great. I just kind of see it being interesting.
I mean, Interdiction Cadre seems like kind of a trap.
I don't see tactical squads being great with it.
I don't either. I mean,
but the spoilers can kind of charge with it, so they can try. If obviously they got to roll the 6 to get the full charge, but that's the only reason I think you should take it at all is if you're going to try for that gambit. The charge, not the actual gambit rule.
No, I get it. The only thing I've thought about doing with Interdiction Cadre is maybe using it to turn a squad into a speed bump to stop someone from getting to an objective round 1. But even then, it's purely situational, and I don't.
It's weird to build an army around.
Yeah.
So like I built that unit, but then I'm like, every time I'm building an army, I think back to it. I'm like, I don't think I want to take this unit. Whereas other prime benefits, you're like, at least kind of the way I see the other prime benefits, it's like I'm already building an army. I'm adding this bonus to it. Is that how you usually use prime benefits, or do you take the character knowing, hey, this is going to be my Paragon of Battle or whatever?
The Barber and Resilience is the only one I plan on.
Yeah, the Ultramarine one is kind of one that you would plan on too, because it's obviously bigger transport capacity.
And I think for Duncan's stuff, where he's taking the Paragon of Battle, he's generally building his list around that idea.
So, if I'm building a list, I build it towards the idea of I almost always have some close combat unit buried
No,
in there.
you?
I know. Look, I like the dichotomy and the oddness of spacemen with super armor and all these fantastic guns, devolving down to dudes another in the face with that. Okay, sorry. Yeah, my internet's being kind of spotty and shitty. I love the idea of spacemen with huge armor devolving down into beating people with axes because it's fun. I just love it. So yeah, when I build a list, if I build it, there's always a close combat element, and I love building to throw bombs of that champion in there with Paragon of Battle. It's fun. So yeah. I don't like Chain Brothers from World Eaters. I don't like the benefit you get from Atraminotar for Night Lords. The Sons of Horus one's kind of useless in my mind, so yeah, I mostly just use the generics.
I think a really nasty use of the Master Sergeant one would be on, I think it's that Apex detachment you can take with Saturnine Terminators. You actually get the heavy assault slot with a prime benefit, which is kind of uncommon outside of maybe a couple specific legions. And having a Master Sergeant Saturnine Terminator could be kind of gross.
That could be. I'll not disagree there. Throwing him with disruption or the Saturnine Fist, throwing out 3 damage. You're going to strike last, but you don't care.
No, you'll live.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Kind of fun. If you lean into that. But if you're going to do that and you're sinking that many points in there, you're really going to make that a centerpiece and lean into it. I think you kind of have to.
It's going to be half your army for the squad, the Spartan, because no deep strike that and don't walk it.
Yeah, you really do need to make that a focal point. Jack, what do you think?
So
Boats go boom.
I think, barring a few exceptions here and there when you get to the specific legions, I feel like this is best words, a filler. Worst case, scenario may be a crutch for some people. Mainly looking at the logistical benefits. There's been many nice to haves with this. Looking at the Ultramarines adding +2 to a transport, so I can run a regular Land Raider versus running a Spartan, which I wouldn't run to begin with. But with the exception of that, like, this is nothing like making a list. Oh, in my troop spot, oh look, I'm giving them combat veterans, because if I don't, in the middle of the game, Duncan's gonna go, what prime benefits did you give somebody? Or in the middle of a game with Brian, hey, did you give your captains anything extra? And I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, you can give them stuff. This is another set of rules that I personally, as somebody who just play for fun, will forget about in 3 seconds. And I know GW enough that when 4th edition comes, all my time spending adding +2 transport to my Land Raider is gonna go away. And then I'm gonna be like, there's a unit that I ran for the last, fill in the name of the blank at the time. I can't run it no more. Now I'm sad. My world is ending. I'm going to go online and tippy-tappy and say how this is an injustice for all mankind and how the moon people need to take over. It's just like my biggest thing with this whole entire edition has been the word vomit that they have given us. Like it seems like a very fun addition. Like I have no word for no issues with it. This seems like a lot of extra stuff just for the sake of having extra stuff.
Lie there.
Like at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna spend extra time hobbying on a unit of tactical squads to make them combat veterans with the knowledge that is going to go away with the next edition. Like, and because of that, I'm not going to remember that they're combat veterans to begin with, so why even bother worrying about it? I'm not going to remember the Paragon of Battle thing because I just won't. Like the 2 others that you just said that are in the other book, the Marine book,
Cadre and
whatever. Like literally until you said that, I forgot they were even a thing. It was something I read whenever the books came out, and immediately it went away. Until just now, because of how much I've been looking at skewed lists, because of the way you can build armies now in this edition, I forgot what the Ultramarine special prime mumbo jumbo was. Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember what it was. And then John said it. I'm like, oh, thank you, John. I love you so much, even though you're making me write horrible lists to punish people.
I mean, other than Marines, there are no. Like I just double checked the Solar Ox. There's no prime benefits at all. No custom ones. No nothing. There's the custom reactions. There's the custom gambits. That's it. Mechanicum. Some of them have custom prime advantages. Cybernetica does, like Armada does. Myrmidax, nope, they get a gambit. So it's like give or take whether or not you're going to have these custom prime benefits anyway. So it's kind of a special rule that a lot of people don't even encounter.
Realistically, I'd say about a third of the player base at any given event, if they're playing mech or they're playing solar or they're playing Custodes, etc., they're not going to see or use anything from the prime benefits other than the generics. So I see a lot of people kind of ignoring and forgetting that they actually exist. Kind of like Jack. Then again, Jack also forgets that reactions exist.
I can summarize how Jack feels about prime benefits. Tarantula turret doesn't need to prime benefits. Tarantula turret does not care.
Well, no, like let's think about it. Like if you want to have mental fun with the list building, which is, I want to and tell me if I'm wrong, list building is 95% of this game. Is that a fair assessment? Because
maybe not that much.
You'll write lists when you're in the shitter. You'll write lists when you're in the hospital. You'll write lists when you're cruising down the interstate doing well, if you're in Georgia, 72 in a 70, because the cop cars will come out of the freaking blow up boulder like Wile E. Coyote style to pull you over. Like for me, And I feel like it's the same for a lot of us. 95% of it is list building, unless you're blessed with having people around you that you can pick up a game once or twice a week. With that, now that I've wrapped my head around how they make new lists, it is what shenanigans can I come up with that John will be like, man, you need to do that. And so now I'm printing 87 tarantulas because John said I didn't have a single hair on my butt if I didn't do it.
I mean, so knights technically have prime units, but their prime benefit is the ability to take their household ranks. So it's not really a benefit. It was kind of always there in the army anyway, as something you could buy. So it's to me, it's one of the weirder things in this game because it's not on any of the other it's not on most auxiliary detachments. It's not in a lot of places, so it's just used, to my brain at least, it's used so rarely.
But anyway, that's my thoughts on prime benefits. Yay!
I mean, that's fair.
Like, literally, like logistical benefits if you want 2 dreadnoughts, but also I don't run out of the detachments. Generally speaking, writing a list.
That's fair.
So, Jamie,
Jamie?
So I usually would use the the combat veterans or the Paragon of Battle. I mean, I could
The 2
see
better ones.
Yeah, I could see where the logistical benefit would be nice, but fortunately for the Legion I have, they have 6 separate force org detachments that you can use, or auxiliary detachments. So if I didn't have that crutch right now, the logistical benefit would be nice. And even with it, I was still having some trouble trying to build my Dreadwing army that I've got for Adepticon, and I had to tweak some stuff around and fit stuff, but I was able to do it. It just took a little thinking about it for a bit. But I mean, I could see the logistical benefit would be nice for a lot of players, but for like my army, really I probably end up using the Paragon of Battle the most, to be honest with you. So it's not something I really think about, to be honest with you.
With these prime benefits, they should have gone back into the rule books from first edition and added that flavor back in for the different legions.
And they kind of did. You've got them.
It doesn't feel that way to me.
I will say compared to even second edition, the Legion flavors, like the special rules for each Legion, are drastically toned down. Especially, I mean, like second edition, like then some of them were just OP crazy. Like the Night Lord's Night Sight thing was crazy.
Yep.
But to me, a lot of them are really watered down. And the Dark Angels, no offense, it's a lot easier than it used to be. You needed like a flow chart to keep track of all that shit, the different Extroida and all that shit, and then it affects this guy, and then you've got these guys that are you needed a flow chart for all that. You don't need that anymore.
Comparing first edition to second edition to third edition, it does feel like the average Legion did lose some of the flavor going from first to second. And it also really kind of does feel that same way with everything from third from second in some ways also.
Yeah. I mean, there were some that did pretty well in third, but to me...
I don't know if that's just a reflection of the rules changes or a reflection of the actual way the game itself plays now.
Maybe. I don't know. It just seems like they're not the Marine Legions aren't as flavorful to me. I mean, the core ones. Now some of the Black Shield stuff and the what's the other one?
So the Black Shield feels really different. It feels like the Black Shields still feel absolutely customizable in ways that make no sense compared to regular Legions.
Right, and that I think has kept the flavor.
That's what you're getting at there.
But because you can really make them divergent from each other, they're not as generic. They have more spice to it. Let's put it that way. Compared to the regular Marine Legions, for the vast majority of them, they're not as spicy and snappy as they used to be in second edition.
Okay, so let's take a second edition. Let's take an Ultramarine tactical squad versus a Night Lord tactical squad versus a Sons of Horus tactical squad versus an Imperial Fist tactical squad. What really makes them different?
The Ultramarine can react more. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, like Imperial Fist, they have bolters and get bonuses for it, but that's about it.
Yep.
Night Lords gets better if they're outnumbered. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, a Marine. If you just think about tactical Marines, I mean, most of the flavor in the books came from
the special characters.
Yeah, not line tactical squads.
Yeah, the special units and the characters are what makes Heresy.
Yep.
I think overall.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, Rampagers for the World Eaters still feel like Rampagers. Night Raptors still feel like Night Raptors. I mean, sure, the generic feels kind of generic, but it always felt kind of generic, except in first edition when everybody had off-the-wall amounts of Legion traits that changed everything in the way it worked. Second edition got a little bit away from that. Third edition has made the generic stuff feel, again, more generic. I don't really see a negative there.
I'm not saying it's negative. It's probably easier to play, and it's like easier for a lot more people to play at a decent level compared to like you having to be somewhat advanced in the game to feel like you know what you're doing with all the chain reactions that you could add together from different units getting buffs to this and that, and you don't really have to know as much to play generic vanilla third edition, let's say, as you do with like first and even to second edition to a degree.
I kind of want to criticize something about first edition.
Go ahead.
Go for it, man.
And I think it's something we all take for granted, considering we were pretty much all in it from the get-go. Do you guys remember how much of a fucking nightmare it was to try and get somebody who had no previous experience with Heresy into a new Legion and help them understand what they could do with that Legion, considering how drastically a Rite of War could change what your Legion was going to be doing and what units you'd be taking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
remember the start of every game was, okay, this is what my Rite of War does, because I was playing the Armored Corps or Armored Company. And then it was, okay, this is also how that interacts with my Marine special rules as well, because a lot of those Marine special rules would amplify the Rites of War even more.
Yeah, like your Commander, your Warlord trait, allowing you to have this bonus, and then your Rite of War giving you that bonus, and then your Legion trait giving you that third bonus. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It was very rules dense, and it was not welcoming. I will agree there. It kind of felt like second edition went away from a lot of that in some ways, but now third edition's kind of gotten even further away. Does that make sense?
I feel like second edition consolidated that aspect of the game, and third edition has tried a new approach.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that it's lacking as much. I mean, there are certain things that I miss about my Death Guard from previous editions. But I will wholeheartedly say, like, being immune to fear and pinning was broken as fuck. Grave Wardens in 2.0 were broken as fuck. The only thing I really miss is that there's a lack of that Legion-wide durability element to them that the Death Guard were noted to have. Like, the only thing we get to really see represent that on the tabletop is the Barber and Resilience, which, let's face it, that prime benefit is a little bit broken as fuck in a great many ways.
I kind of see where you're going there. It's kind of like they were using the prime benefits to simulate the rights of war, but you can only use it in limited fashion in the limited places. So I get that. I think the biggest changeover that I really realistically miss isn't the rights of war, although I do miss having them for an entire army-wide change of playstyle, etc. But I think what I really miss is the warlord traits, personally. Having the ability to have your warlord use certain things to unlock other abilities for the army as a whole, or himself, or his unit. I think I really...
Selectable warlord traits, yeah.
Yeah.
Not early 1.0 where it was rolled randomly.
Yeah.
No, I think the selectable one I preferred a great deal, and I wish they would bring that back for high command. So if they did that, like brought those in for high command, made them high command only traits, I think that'd be fine. I think that wouldn't change the game too much, and it might add more actual play flavor.
I don't have a problem. I mean, I know a lot of people bemoan 3.0. It's just, to me, it's more of a vanilla. It's easier to get into for the new players, which I think, they can't just keep going.
It does feel that way.
They couldn't keep going down the route that they were going because, like, the player base, they needed to grow to get more people into the game to make it, to be honest with you, more profitable for them. So if you can make it easier for the people to get into, it's still much advanced over the other systems, but it's a more reachable entry level, let's say.
As much as I like to sit here and bemused the Prime Core of Centis, probably to move on to Dreadnoughts.
Okay.
Oh no, we're already an hour and a half in.
I mean, at this point, where we are, do we need to move to Dreads tonight?
Yeah.
I already made the thumbnail.
You could go back and change the thumbnail, right?
I hate my life.
Yay! We'll talk about Dreads next time.
Hobby progress.
Yay for Jack Hobby progress.
Oh my god. How do I already saved it.
I'm sorry about dragging us down off the several.
No,
it needed to be discussed because, like I was saying, some people are like me; they just don't even look at it, and some people are like Duncan; they take it and they build armies around it. And I've got some armies that do that, but I mean, I've been going back through my Sentinel list as we're talking, and I'm like, okay, I've got a command section that gives me a prime benefit, so which prime benefit do I take with my Scout Sentinels? Jack shit. Okay, cool. What prime benefit can I take with my Russes? Oh, I guess I could take a logistical benefit. Oh, I'm out of points. Okay, well, I guess I'm just not using this part of the game.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, it's kind of an afterthought,
Yeah.
I mean, some people use it to great effect, but I think a lot of people are just like, okay, I've got enough else crap to worry about. Don't really care.
Yep.
I would like to see it expanded and be more meaningful versus getting just like one or two more auxiliary detachments or apex detachments with every Tactica journal. Because we're quickly going to get to a point where detachments aren't even going to matter because they have such a dilution in options that you could just do whatever the fuck you're going to do and you don't have to number crunch or detachment crunch out to figure out how to make your army work. It'll be like regular 40K. You just take whatever the hell you're going to take and be done with it, you know?
Well, especially if they keep the game going long term instead of just a 3-year reboot. Yeah, I was doing that detachments thing before I lost all the files, and I had 20 pages of detachments. I was like, man, this is just getting a lot.
They may need to look at if they don't do the 3 years with this, coming up with some type of Anubis of here's all the rules from all of the other random crap.
Yep.
Like a consolidation or like a 0.5 or something, like a 3.5 or something like that. Or like put a version of the Legion and Traders books out with everything that they've added in the journals in those books or something like that. Which, still, those books weren't cheap. Buying both of those on launch day was like, oh.
I think it was over $500 in books if I was gonna get every one that I would technically require, because the only one I wouldn't have needed was
I didn't get the Solar Ox. Or no, I didn't get AdMech. I didn't get the AdMech. And
Solar Ox would have been the only one I wouldn't have had to have bought.
Yeah, I didn't get Solar Ox or AdMech.
I think GW is literally leaving money on the table by not selling digital books.
Well, they basically have admitted that they're not going to put any of the rules out digital at all.
Yep, I know. Yep. And yet, how many people out there already have various scans from whatever sources?
What are you talking about, Duncan? No one does anything like that.
I know. We would never actually support that, but people have done it anyway. And there are people out there who have it. I mean, I have copies of every single book that I did not buy because of that. I will go ahead and straight up admit that.
Well, I mean, but
I don't use them. I don't take them anywhere. If they were available from GW as a buy option for me to have books that I did not physically need or plan to take or play, I'd have bought them.
Yeah. I mean, so okay, they're going to be pirated by let's just say 3/4 of the community is going to pirate it. That means you're still getting purchases from 1/4 of the community.
I mean, if they're going to charge $70, $80 like they did for the Traders and Loyalist book, I mean, they're probably going to charge the same thing for it. So I mean, they're still making money off of it. But yeah, I mean,
scanner go burr, printer go burr.
Ignoring that,
I
mean, Jack and I kind of did a combo. We both got a rule book. I got the Trader book, and he got the Loyalist book. I mean,
I got both the Trader and
per game.
I got the Trader and Loyalist, and I was lucky because there was apparently one in town. I got the Knights and Titans book.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, I never bought the Trader book. Still don't plan to.
Do you play Traders?
Not at all.
He plays.
Why would you want to load around the extra weight?
He plays Navy Blue Ultramarines. Oh wait, that's you, Duncan.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well, I mean, they are. I actually do have Navy Blue Ultramarines. I have tons of Night Lords, but anyways.
I get it.
And allegedly, the Joe army is not Trader.
Nope, they're Ultramarine. They're Ultramarine allies.
Trader Ultramarine?
Nope.
Okay. Be awful cool if they were.
Well, Bama Blake has a Trader Ultramarine army, so yeah.
Yeah, he's a terrible person.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm also going to go back to our topic from where we're at about Prime stuff. I feel it's kind of hard to mention the Prime stuff without also mentioning detachments, because so many detachments unlock Prime advantages as well.
They can.
Some
of them don't. Some of them unlock a ton of Prime advantages. Some of them only have one.
I mean, I'll go for example here. The Night Lord one, Atramanitar Hunt and Terror Assault, both unlock primes. You get a retinue one for Atramanitar Hunt. You get a prime troop for the terror assault. The World Eaters one, not the Heretica, but the regular Legion Astartes one. You get prime troop choice when you use their generic detachment. The Thousand Suns one, I think, is a bit ridiculous.
A lot of the Mechanicum ones have primes in them. The Solar Ox ones, the only ones that have primes are the ones that are dedicated to infantry. None of the artillery or scout or armor or allied Mechanicum stuff brings any primes at all.
The Sons of Horus one, the Supremacy Detachment, you get 2 troops that are both prime, an elite and a heavy assault. I mean, that's really nice. And using the prime advantages in there, not to take your generic prime advantages, is really helpful at times. But in some ways, it feels like you're paying a tax just to, in the way you create your army, just to be able to play your army like it did in previous editions. Not that it's a bad thing, but it just feels a bit weird.
Well, I mean, as I said, like Dark Angels, when I was trying to do Dreadwing, I mean, I basically had to pay a tax to get some of the units that I wanted to put into it. I had to add in other stuff just to force to get those slots to open up, and I would have never picked those in the first place. You know, I'd rather use the points elsewhere for, you know, war gear or something else that's more usable for me. But you know, it is what it is.
I get you. I kind of wish... Hang on. Let me look at this. I kind of wish that you could take more prime benefits in your basic detachment. And the reason I say that is that way I think you could make your generic force feel more fluffy without adding your unique stuff added in through your other detachments that you throw on there. Like giving you the option to take combat veterans on all your generic tacticals. Say you're running an elite company of the whomso whatever, kind of makes a bit more sense. But then not letting you take those prime advantages outside of that unique detachment, if that makes sense. Like you couldn't have combat veterans on anything other than those 4 generic tactical squads you can take in that slot.
Yeah. That would make sense because it's like a high command, you know. They're probably going to be rare or more veteran or elite units in that.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Or allowing that prime advantage, you would select one and it affects all the units selected in that detachment for your regular force organization chart, your generic chart that you take, that we all take at the beginning.
Like it.
It might require more record keeping, but I think it might be a little bit more flavorful way of playing it. I don't know. Ideas for possible future of things that GW will probably never do, and we're all just whistling in the wind.
Yeah.
And as Jack was mentioning earlier, we are already an hour and a half in. Do we really have anything else for tonight?
Dreadnoughts are awesome. You should use them.
The Dorito is.
So for next week, Dreadnoughts?
Yeah, and remind people to visit us at the podcast thing at Adepticon.
Yes.
Check out our merch store.
And our merch store.
Check out the merch store. You can find it linked at heresypodcast.com. Find us at Adepticon if you're going to be at Adepticon. If you're registered for any Heresy event, you get a free poster. If you're a paying member of the Patron and you're registered for a Heresy event, you get 2 free posters. If you're a paying patron and you're only registered for for no Heresy events at all, you just patron member who's paying, come by and get a free poster anyway.
And we have a ton of
Hang out with us.
yeah. Hang out.
We have a lot of posters.
Yeah,
a lot of
Duncan's
different art.
got like 200 plus pounds of posters that he got in. It's ridiculous.
And ask us about the special posters that we're doing for Kurt.
Yeah.
Because Kurt, our artist, has received some unpleasant news recently. And some of the posters we have are ones that are specifically we're doing to benefit him. So ask us about those. Because he gets all the proceeds from those posters.
Yep. And they're cool.
Any event show notes?
Adepticon.
Adepticon, yeah.
Jack's running an event. I'm running 2 events.
So we've got
Jamie and Brian are all helping with events.
Yeah, we've got the Adepticon events, and then April we finally got our date for our event, which is going to be Sunday the 26th, from noon to 7 at Crimson Lion Games again, and then we've already got the May 17th as well. Crimson Lion is in North Richland Hills, and then the one in May is going to be in Frisco.
Ooh.
Yeah,
There is.
I don't see anything else announced like events because they were this past weekend. It looked like.
Yep, or overshadowed by Adepticon too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are holding off because of Adepticon coming up.
In October, I do not have dates for it yet. I'm still working with the store manager of my local store. I'm going to do a 2-day narrative event in lieu of the Michigan GT's normal 2-day event, because I don't believe that the Michigan GT exists anymore. But there has been zero communication about what exactly is going on there. I'm just assuming that it's a no-go, and making my own plans. We also, up here in Michigan, have a couple other guys that are looking to do another 2-day event at the store in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Far Harbor Games. The event I'll be doing will be at Evolution Games, but I'll have more details about that stuff as it comes about. Yeah.
I don't have any news about events at all right now. I've literally been focusing on Adepticon, so.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll because of everybody that will be there. I'm sure we'll have stuff after Adepticon to announce. But
Oh, I'm sure. I'm absolutely certain about that. Beyond that, I think we're good.
Come visit us. We won't bite that bad.
Come by if you're wearing one of our shirts and get a picture with us. We want to put a whole bunch of pictures on the social medias with the listeners and friends and et cetera, et cetera. And if you don't have a shirt and you want to get a picture with us anyway, cool, come do that. And tell us if you're cool with us putting that picture on the internet for our social media. We just want to be able to have fun, spread good time, and cheer. Anybody else got anything else?
No, I guess that's it. So, thank you everybody for joining us on the 163rd episode of the Heresy Accountability Buddies podcast. My name is John. I've been joined by
Brian.
Duncan.
Jack.
Jamie.
And always remember to stay accountable to yourselves, to your buddies, and your hobby. And we'll talk to you next time.
Jack's busy with boats.
Microsoft Designer. Oh, I guess I could stop the recording. Microsoft Designer.
Like and subscribe and see ya.